Hey, hello everyone. Hey Glitz, hey Tom. Yes, level design is absolutely finished. In fact, I'm just waiting for you to finish Navmesh. So, yeah, fancy new screen. I thought since I was doing Paradise, or at least a Paradise interior, I'd show a Deadlands concept art. All credit to Geese, by the way. I hope it's fine that I use his Skyblivion concept art here as a cool waiting screen. Alright, let's get into it, why don't we? So, of course, I am being punished for claiming that we have finished all quest dungeons, right? Because once I said that, at least 2 quest dungeons popped up that I didn't even know about. One of them Thieves Guild related. Not finished with that one yet. That was what we worked on last time. What's the name? The moth. The Temple of the Ancestor Moth. And now we got an even more important dungeon, which is part of the main quest. Well, it's not specifically Deadlands related, but it is Paradise, yeah. So kinda. I'm not sure if the Paradise world space has been navmeshed yet. If not, that's definitely something that Tom should and definitely wants to do, I'm sure. But yeah, this is pretty much at the end of the main quest when you follow Manka Cameron into Paradise, and this is shortly before you face Manka Cameron in his palace, and Heavy Burns actually made this is a free cell dungeon, and Heavy Burns made the first cell, which I won't spoil completely, but which has a very different style compared to the other 2 cells. So the first cell is called Flooded Grotto. So it is flooded indeed. Has these water parts. It doesn't look very much Deadlandish, I'd say. Whereas the cell 2 and 3, which haven't been made yet, are very much, they for the most part look like a Deadlands and Oblivion cave. With Oblivion I mean the actual Deadlands, not like the game Oblivion. We don't want any of our caves to look like Oblivion, the game cave. And yeah, cell 2 and 3 are basically used as torture grounds for Manka Cameron's followers, especially those who crossed him, I think. So they are using a lot of lava and Deadlands acid, but also and that's a very cool combination. They also, I'm not sure if that was the case in Oblivion as well, but at least we do it here. It's a combination of Deadlands acids and Elite acids, which I've never done before, but is a really, really cool combination. And yeah, the layout of both cell 2 and 3 is pretty much done. But there's a lot of holes to fill. It's still, like, for example, here I've really just done the basic shape. I might actually show you very quickly what I've done so far. That is too bright for my liking. Alright, let me actually open this up But yeah, I made some really good and fast progress, I think, because I think I started this claim yesterday. Was it yesterday? I'm not sure. Yesterday or the day before. And I'm already done with like the basic layout. What's it called? Skyblivion Paradise Grotto? Yes. Alright. So this, don't mind the door, that's still a placeholder. So the first cell was actually done by Heavy Burns ages ago, because back then we didn't have a lot of our Deadlands assets, but like this cool lava opening or whatever was done by him. And I basically, I'm filling it up a bit. I will need to replace some of the big assets because they're reacting to, yeah, you can see it a bit here, to too many lights. But yeah, here I started the combination of Deadlands assets and Elite assets. Yeah, so the plan here is that you will need 2 big assets, yes. We're very childish here. The plan is here that you'll have to, it won't be here, but activate some kind of push block or switch or whatever to disable this barrier. Don't mind all the this I'm also still working on. As you can see, very much work in progress yet. I spent most of the day yesterday working on this room here. And this is actually, so we still need to remake these cages because these are still Oblivion assets. Because those are actually, at least this one is important for the main quest. Because here you will meet a follower of Manka Cameron who switched sides. He wants you to defeat Manka Cameron, and he will play a ruse on the Dremora here. And he will tell you to get into the cage, and then he'll lower it, and he will rise it up again, and then the door will open on the other side, and this should be the only way for you to cross this chasm. And then this will lead you to cell 3, which I guess I haven't. Yeah, I'm still working on that one, but I've already kind of worked on the exit to Paradise. I think this will be where. That is true, yeah, I'll download it. At first you'd think he's playing some sort of game, but he actually wants to help you. There's still, I think, one. That's. Yeah, but anyway, here you will have sort of a small boss fight, if you will, against a Xivili, with a name. I forgot the name, but he has some kind of name. There's a lot of named Dremora in this dungeon. And then I think this is where you will... Exactly, yeah. So I modeled the exit after this entrance that was already there. And then this will lead you to Manka Cameron's paradise. Yeah. Alright. So, let us commence the work. Yeah, Paradise is looking really good. It still needs a QA pass, but it's already looking really, really cool. Let's start with this one, I guess. Let's use these walls, maybe. Underutilized as is, anyway. So this is where Eldamil can actually respawn. Because while he's helping you, he will die a lot. So he can respawn here. Actually, I wanna add a light here. Yeah. He even says something like, you know, immortality has its uses or something. So yeah, it's already, so it's actually called Eldamil Resurrect Marker. You can actually see the original Oblivion dungeon around here. So I will have to wait, what's that? Did I copy it instead of moving it over? Yes, I did. Okay, so I will have to delete that. Because I just copied it and not actually. So, where were you? There you are. Alright, here we go. That will probably have to go, because that's like an Oblivion effect, but for now I'll leave it in, so just to know. The Xivili is Medrike, yes, exactly. That's his name. Do we have him in there? Our Xivili look pretty awesome. Yeah, so he won't be. I'll put him right at the exit. He's looking awesome. He should already actually be somewhere. There he is. So let's use him and put him at the exit. So he's like the last bastion, stopping you before the exit. I might even give him an ambush, but we'll see. For now, he can just stand here. But yeah, model looks really, really cool. All right. But yeah, it's obviously was a bit of an unfortunate surprise that when I claimed all quest dungeons are finished, and then I learned that this one still needed doing. But actually, this is a welcome surprise compared to forts, because I'm not the biggest fan of doing forts. I love our kit is super versatile, and we probably wouldn't have been able to make Skyblivion without our fort kit, because we've been using it for so much else. But the thing with the fort kit is everything takes forever, because it's so many small assets, and everything needs to kind of be symmetrical so it doesn't stand out. So it takes a long time to actually plan it and clutter it and whatnot. Whereas cave stuff for me just always goes a lot faster and smoother. And Deadlands caves we don't have a lot of them, but I enjoy doing them very much, because playing around with like lava is very fun. And when I get the chance to combine it with elite stuff, that's like a dream come true. So turned out to be a really, really fun dungeon. Have anything else here? Oh yeah, you'll have fun. If you want, you can use a lot of stuff I did in the Great Gate cave. I think there's a lot to steal from there if you want, but obviously feel free to do whatever you please. No, actually. I did exactly... Well, I released 2 mods, and I think there's like a small unfinished project where I did 1 or 2 more dungeons. But so I did like, I'd say 3 dungeons before I started work on Skyblivion. And then, I mean, I kind of had a knack for it, but then I just kind of learned on the job, I guess. But thank you very much. Let's see. Skyrim still plans to have their own civil. I unfortunately have no idea. We do very often have. Oh wow, the YouTube video I'm playing has Oblivion sound effects. I think that's a bit. Ah, okay, it's fine. We do very often have Skywind, at least one Skywind member in the chat, so maybe once he arrives, or maybe he's even here, he could explain, but I'm not sure. But Xivili weren't in Morrowind, right? So it'd be a new addition. Okay, that is a bit... Sorry, let me change the video here, because that's a bit... confusing. That one's good. Alright. Oh, a Sava one. Okay, I get it. Yeah, that's a bit different than... Need an asset where I always forget the name. And I just always remember that it's in here somewhere. Blitz, do you have these assets where you always forget the name, even though you use it a lot? I have it with this one every time. Where is it? Where is it? It's that one. Int arch. All right. Very useful. Right? It's just... I know exactly that I'll forget about this one as well. But it might actually be the wrong one in this case. We'll use it anyway. Well, yeah, when the asset name changes, that's the worst. I see. Okay, so no Xivili planned currently. Yeah, I don't see where it would fit, right? Alright, then I need something from my Great Gate Cave. That thing. See. Glitz, is there a more convenient cell to copy these Daedric clutter things? Or is it best to just use any tower from Hinimoto? Okay. Prefabs Deadlands. Awesome. Neat. All right, and I want another thing from my great gate cave. I think there's some sort of platform I wanted. Okay, I built it myself, okay. Okay. Alright, that should give me enough clutter to play around with. Hello, Charlie. Hey, Mr. Fluffy Bags. It is a water cave, I'd say, but I'd say it's special. So Heavy Burns made that one quite a while ago. It has some puzzles. It has a pretty unique boss fight. I won't spoil it here, but I'd say it's pretty special. But yes, Manka Camera will still get the Daedrigorums all wrong. I think these things have been remade, but we haven't put them into the build yet, so these are still Oblivion assets. So ignore the way this looks for now. A bit, but Madrika won't be an actual boss fight. It's just sort of, it feels like a boss. But yeah, I'd say Paradise definitely. It has the Forbidden Grotto boss fight, and who else you got? You got that, isn't it Anaxes or something? There's just so many named NPCs that feel like bosses. But gameplay-wise, it'll be just two basically. So the Forbidden Grotto one is, I'd say gameplay-wise, a boss fight, and then obviously Mecha Cameron. I think so. I'm not sure because I didn't do a lot of the houses. Glitz, you can probably answer that, but I think that is I'm not sure. I wouldn't call it a technical limitation. It's just an easy way to do to make sure that merchants have access to that sort of inventory without the player seeing it. I wouldn't call that a technical limitation because, you know, as long as it works, it doesn't matter how it's done in the background. Yeah, true. You're right. Nexus is friendly if you remove that rock, right? Just kills the prisoners. actually make use of that one finally. If I can find it, there you are. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, before I forget, we do need these torture cages here, which I set up in cell 2. These things. Who cares? We'll do a third one as well. I mean, yeah, that's one way to solve that issue, I guess. Alright, we need lots of smoke here. Starting to look like something. Let's look at this little area in game for a sec. Yeah, don't mind that lava bug. That's because we need to actually put a water plane underneath it, otherwise it gets that visual bug. Oh, looks nice. I obviously still needs the Welkin stone in there. That will be a nice resurrection platform. And then this will be our exit. And now I actually need to put the water. Unfortunately, it always makes it look a bit worse, but it's a technical necessity, unfortunately. Never quite sure how low I need to put it. I think that should be fine. Okay. Old Oblivion stuff still lying around, but it's handy to kind of copy over into the new dungeon. This is not remade, by the way. I mean, it is, but we haven't put it in the game yet. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. time for some chains. Those always look good. There's one with a droop that I like. Elder Scrolls Connections game? No, what is that? I have never heard of that. No. Well, that sounds interesting. Okay, now I need something from Yes, Forbidden Grotto is in Paradise, exactly. That's so. For those who missed it, I'm working on cell 2 and 3 because I recently became aware that these were not done yet. So we only had the flooded grotto, which is the first cell of this dungeon, which was done by Heavy Burns quite a while ago. Like these cells we weren't able to do these cells some time ago because it's like Deadlands based, and most of our Deadlands assets are relatively new. Oh damn! I did an oopsie. I'm not sure if they're put anywhere else. So Hinamoto kit bashed this together. I thought they were very fitting for this dungeon because this is the only dungeon in Oblivion that I'm aware of, at least, that has these torture cages that move up and down into the lava. And in Oblivion, they were just hanging from the ceiling. But I thought it was kind of cooler to have them on these sort of cranes. I didn't build these cranes. Those are kind of kit bashed together very, very well. Oh, I forgot. Did I copy? Okay, got them here now. So once you can either take it from here once I'm done, but I have them from, I'll need to look it up. It's from some cave that Hinamoto made, I think, from some Deadlands cave. I can look it up afterwards, but I probably will give my plugin to Robert either today or tomorrow, and then you should be able to take it from here as well. But yeah, it's very, very cool. All right, then. It should be time enough for me to merge this. Yes. All right, let's continue here. Yes, I see is actually going smoothly, I'd say. So for the first time, we're really unblocking a lot of stuff, and it's coming together. We had quite a few 3D artists, or more like 3D implementers, join the team, and yeah, they're really helping a lot. Because Imperial City was probably the biggest blocker. And yeah, it's very cool seeing that come together now as well. That is the mysterious multi-bound cube, where I've never quite figured out if that even does anything. And it happens so often that I just accidentally create that when I try to copy something. And then there's this weird green cube. Thank you for the save reminder. Oh, you actually applied? Oh, that's cool. What department did you apply for? Oh, right, yeah. I mean, if you're still interested, nav meshing definitely is always looking for volunteers. I mean, I'd say there's very little departments that are not looking for volunteers at all. Did I? Oh. Damn it. Good question, actually. What are they doing? What are they called? Sure AI, right? I think they did a new game. This is from Sure AI. Oh, mostly negative. What did they do? Enderal, obviously. Oh, that's the soundtrack, that's why. Dreadful River. Mostly positive. That seems to be doing fine. But yeah, I'd love for them on the next Elder Scrolls to do another game as well. Hey, Chick Mike. Scripting in the mods. I mean, there's no particular scripting department. The closest thing would be the quest department. But I'm not sure. So scripting is part of that. Elder Scrolls, or not just Elder Scrolls, Bethesda games use a very simple scripting language called Papyrus, which, if you are familiar with any like scripting language, you will not have an issue with learning Papyrus, because it's super easy. I have no clue about coding, and I learned Papyrus pretty quickly. But questing, unfortunately, is a lot more than just scripting. But if you're at all interested in learning about quests and stuff, you can go to the Arcane University Discord. They have a lot of learning departments for whatever you want to learn in the creation kit, like 3D, level design, implementation, and quest as well. And yeah, it's never really too late to learn this stuff, and you'd be surprised how quickly you can actually learn these things. And never think that because we're close to release, it'll be too late to join us or to learn the skill and then join us, because we'll still be around. First of all, we'll still take some time to release the base game, and afterwards, we still have the DLC to get to, and post release content. Sorry. So yeah. Work is never ending. Oh really? That's a shame. I am apparently so sure I probably will not do another Enderal World game because they had some legal issues with their story director. That's a shame. I never played Enderal actually. I did play Nerim for Oblivion, and that was rad. I really enjoyed that. Ages ago. Oh, Alan Alexis, have you downloaded CKPE? Definitely download that. Can I post it here? This isn't exactly the newest version, but if you aren't on GitHub, there's either that or here as well, I think. So definitely get the so it's called Creation Kit Platform Extended, And yeah, without that, the creation kit is barely usable because it crashes all the time. The shape of this arch. Which arch? Oh, that one. Well, not our fault. That's how Bethesda made it. You have a dirty mind. Now you got me all confused. What did I want to? Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to do. I put the links in Twitch chat, not YouTube chat. Chicken Mike, can you put them in YouTube chat? Yeah, it's really great. One of the co-developers is actually our what is his department? But he's a lead on our team actually, and very essential for the project. Otherwise, we would get crashes all the time. Yeah, he's a merge addict. That is probably the best way to describe him. Nope. There we are. Yeah, I mean, what is his job? He merges stuff, he optimizes stuff, he also breaks stuff, as we all know. He's just... he's the Joker of the Skyblivion team. The wild card. Never know what he's going to do. me. For those maybe who joined later on, I can actually maybe do a quick run through. 1 second. Oh, there he is. Okay. Alright, so the first cell is, for the most part, I'll probably do a QA pass at some point. But, so for example, this door will have to go because this is still an Oblivion door. Let me actually go outside for a sec, so we can see what this whole thing is about. So, we're in Paradise, right? And we need to go through this cave to get to Manka Cameron's palace. This door, tree, needs... I'm not sure if this place has proper LOD yet, but this tree definitely needs better LOD. That's like a sprite, a 2D sprite. Alright. Alright, so you start with the flooded grotto. It's so funny. This is giving me huge flashbacks because I think Heavy Burns was working on this pretty much at the time I joined the project, which is almost 3 years ago, a bit less than 3 years ago. Because I think I remember helping him with this script here. It's a pretty unique dungeon. Don't mind the naked Dremora. All our Dremoras are, as you see, totally broken currently. As is the boss fight here, because there's a pretty cool boss fight here. That needs fixing as well. Look at the size of that key. I think that's for testing. It reminds me of, what's it called? Kingdom Hearts? Anyways, there's supposed to be a boss fight here, but I think because of the armor add-on or something, the creature is currently not showing up. Anyways, then you will get to the... It's good, because this way I won't spoil you for what's here. You just can hear something. And then this will lead you to the second cell. Which is a lot more Deadlandish than the first cell. What the what? What's confusing though? The invisible boss or the normal sized key? Yeah, as you can see, all of this is still heavily work in progress. These are redone, but not in the build yet, I think. You need to play the quest actually to get through here, so. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does have some Lord of the Rings vibes, that's true. Also here I will put some, because I made a lot of like little scenes that can be placed around the Deadlands, which I intend to add to the existing Deadlands realms and stuff like here. I can show you that one in a second. Yeah, that's always important for me to add those screenshot-worthy sections. And then this will lead you to the third cell. Just like the resurrection point of, what's his name, Eldamil. This is the spot we worked on earlier. Shaping up nicely. Finally, we can spot the exit out of the caves and into... Hello, what's his name again? Medrika, right. The exit to Paradise. I did want to show you, what's it called? Promora, Victim or something? Is that the name? Does that have Navmesh? Yes, perfect. Yeah, I can show you these. That's a cool little cell. So I made these atmospheric scenes. All right. Which can be added to... So I added a lot of these to Quatch, or some of them to Oblivion realms. So you kind of can see Dromora, don't mind them being totally broken, executing some poor Quatch citizens. Absolutely gnarly. I love it. And then this one, this is, I haven't placed that one yet, but I want to place it in the Paradise cell, because it took me forever to figure this one out. But I think it's really cool. It's, you know, the one, the execution. It'd be cool, like, obviously I have to place them a bit in the distance so the player can still, if he can manage, he might still be able to stop it, but it should be easy for the player to stop the execution. And then lastly we have either a Daedroth or a Clanfear feasting on some poor corpses. That's also something that I added to Quatch. Should be cool to see. Yeah, I love creating these these testing cells. One of the first things I did when I joined the project was make a warehouse for ambushes, sort of like Skyrim has it. Oh wow, we still have one of these wandering doors, which has a lot of the regular ambushes we all know from Skyrim, right? Like these. But I also made a lot of scripted ones. We have skeleton coming out of water. We have... Well, that's just a leech. Hello, wandering door. Which one is... Yeah, that one is fixed finally now. The if you mean these lids, those are fixed. But apparently that one isn't. My favorite. Goblin out of the... What else we have? Vampire ambush. Ghost ambush. Ghost coming out of the wall ambush. We got Fire Atronach ambush. That one is a pretty cool. I would have to activate T detect so he would see, but he like resurrects all of these zombies, and I think they all die once he's dead. I think that is a Storm Atronach ambush. Yes. Anything else? What's this? Put so many here I can't even remember. And we have some Oblivion ones. Oh, that one broke. These should be pretty cool. If you weren't naked. These are the Daedra comments. Oh, that's a unique one. What is here? Oh, that's just a regular teleporter, and I think that's clan fair. Yep. He is certainly disturbing. That is not our finished Dromora face. They have been broken for a while and haven't been fixed yet. Alright. Let's get back to... wrong cell. I mean, we can work on that one as well, I guess, but let's continue working on 3. Yeah, they've been broken for ages, that's true. Unfortunately. Do like a conjuration when summons the Atronach on a trigger like that. I mean, would certainly be lore accurate. We do actually have, I haven't actually been using them, but we do actually have, I think, these summoning runes, which should, if you walk over them, should be summoning creatures or Daedra. Come on, don't be shy. I'll be right back. Sorry, folks. I am back. always the least fun thing to do, but at least it's quick with caves, is closing all these gaps. That is the downside of working with these kit bashes and not with actual tile sets. But it does give you a lot more creative freedom. That is. Might actually lead this. Well, there's two. nice as well. These ones? Yeah, the spikes, those are, yeah. I think Shadow made them. Who, yeah, is just insanely talented as a 3D artist. Right, we need another lava light here. So another quick test run. Got a seam over there. Can fix later on. I do want to clutter this place up a bit more because it is a bit spacious, I'd say. Which I don't mind, but does mean we should clutter it up a bit. But this view does look pretty cool, I think. So we also need to fix up a bit. Here, obviously, as well. That I'm very happy with how that one turned out. Hello there. And once you exit, so I modeled the actual exit of the dungeon after the entrance. You actually get to Paradise and can head for Manka Cameron's palace. Not that I know of. I know it doesn't look. It tiles a bit, but I'm not sure we have anyone who can currently make a better texture, which is unfortunate, I guess, but nothing you can do really. Oh, you're right, I think so. I haven't actually done a lot of like playtesting the Paradise because it's still being QA'd and worked on. I mean, like it's mostly finished, but there's still some parts that. But I think they're all golden. Definitely have seen some golden elks and spriggans and whatnot. It's a pretty cool area. So I hope this dungeon does it justice. Thank you so much. That is appreciated. Don't want that. Nah. Yeah. Although, I mean, I do say lead doesn't necessarily mean you're the best in your department or anything. Like, as a lead, you need to have some other qualities, like organizing. But yeah, it generally does mean you should know what you're doing. Skyblivion, I just wanted to say Skyblivion does work on Mike, so you know where my brain's at. Mike does work on Skyblivion, yeah. He is a nav masher primarily, but he also dabbles in the dark arts of occlusion. I'm sure Chicken Mike can tell you all about what that is. Plugged all the holes. Thank you for the save reminder, Glitz. Yeah, exactly. I really do need that channel redeem. That is true, yeah. I've been very lucky though, I gotta say, with crashes. Like, I can't remember the last time I lost, must have been months ago that I lost significant progress due to a crash. Like for the most part, it's just a matter of a couple of minutes, which doesn't make you happy, but it doesn't make you want to stop. Alright, I still kinda... There was this... there's the seam. I still kind of wanted to fill this a bit up. Okay. Alright, these pillars help break it up a bit. Alright, and with this I will probably do a final test run and then I will call it quits for today. But I'll hopefully be able to stream some more on the weekend, so Sunday hopefully. And then maybe we can should at least be able to finish one of the two cells and maybe even make a big dent into the other one. Yeah, I think so. This space could use some cluttering up. But generally, I am quite happy the way this turned out. Yeah, the glow fills also help sell really the temperature of the lava. Awesome. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. And hopefully I'll be back on the weekend, and hopefully see you there again. Bye guys.